Welcome back to Educational Currency. I'm Robert Namoski, proprietor of the Ultimate Jiu-Jitsu and the Coaching College.
And I'm Chris Kaladikis from Maximum Education.
So Chris, I'm looking pretty relaxed, mate. So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, look, we've come in today on the back of the school holidays, and we believe that'll be a good chance to talk about what did teachers get up to during the school holidays.
Yes, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's right, eh? And look, it is in all forms, and I think you said it before, Rob, as well. It depends which holidays it is as well.
Correct. There's different terms, and when you have a break, mean different holidays. Now, those of us who have Year 12 classes, obviously the last break in between the Term 3 and Term 4 can get a little intense. Maybe even the one before, the Term 2, going Term 2 holidays with the trials as well. So you could still be running holiday programs for the Year 12 kids. But then again, we do get a bit of a break.
Yeah, some holidays are the traditional holiday. But then I guess we want to highlight too, because I think many industries out there think, oh, you teachers, you get all your holidays and we're just sitting around with our feet up. No, we do not. We are working during a lot of those holidays in many different capacities and for many different reasons too, in different ways. And I think that's a bit what we want to cover today.
Yeah. So what do teachers get on? What do teachers do in their holidays? Well, first of all, you do need a break.
Yeah.
A break from the environment, the classroom, the kids, dealing with the classroom management. Even if you're dealing with it really well, it still raises your cortisol levels. By the end of the term, you are feeling burnt out. So having that 2 weeks, we're fortunate enough, some holidays, independent schools, we get 3 weeks, to actually gives you a chance to reset, and then you look forward to the kids again.
Yeah, and it's really good of you to say it that way, Rob, too, because I think especially younger teachers too, they might get to the end of a term, like, why am I so exhausted? And it is real. You are very tired, and it's not just like the physical work of, your teaching lessons, your planning, your marking assessments. Like, yeah, there is all that too. But then there's just the genuine fatigue of the constant interaction and support that you're giving to your classes. Like, we're in an industry with a heavy mental load. We're supporting a lot of well-being, and sometimes at the cost of our own mental health and well-being.
Like I said, you may not feel you're stressing at school, but every day that little bit of tension does build up by the end of 9-10 weeks.
Even if you love it.
Now, this is if you do love it.
Yeah.
We're not talking someone burnt out. They pretty much quit. You're no longer in the profession.
Yeah.
So what's one thing you get up to in your holidays?
So we'll start with the holidays maybe that just passed. And this is our holidays, as you said, that is between Year 12 graduating and the HSC. So this is what I'd call one of the busy holidays, okay? But in saying that, I did go in with a plan that I was going to relax. I had to force myself to unwind too, because a lot happened with the lead up to the Year 12 HSC, and it's a new subject, a lot of extra work. But my school, we ran school holiday seminars, doing tutoring during the holidays too, outside of school. And I think many teachers do things like that because there is cost of living. So some teachers often do extra work and work other jobs to make money in their school holidays too. I'm in a family too where obviously both me and my wife are teachers, but she's in early childhood where they don't get school holidays. So I'm also a full-time dad at home, okay, looking after my kids as well. So I was quite busy. But then in busy, and having the kids home, you want to do fun things too. So there's a bit of bread making, a bit of cooking activities. And, you still want to offer a rich, real curriculum. If I learned anything from the Muir tour, education can come in many forms in how we do things. So, we did some cooking at home. Taught my son some video games as well, trying to get him into Street Fighter and what quarter circle and a back forward character means and things like that. But it was busy on a lot of levels. But trying to get on top of work, answering emails for Year 12 students in preparation for that HSC. There's still a lot of work in the holidays. So I would say probably about 50%. So I was off 2 weeks, 50% still schoolwork, and then 50% leisure. That was the way I split it. How about yourself, Rob?
These last holidays was just work, straight out.
Yeah.
Year 12's building up for the HSC. We had a countdown. It's up there on the wall. From a 7-week countdown, giving them exams, marking their exams. We're averaging 2 to 3 exams a week over 2 to 3 weeks, and then giving them feedback on each exam, revision that they need to fill in the gaps that I saw within their tests. which actually gives them the confidence to sit the HSC. But then on top of that, I did get to spend that more time with my family. So we went to the beach a lot with the kids, especially in the mornings. Morning routine, we wake up, we work out, and then they wake up, making breakfast, and we head straight to the beach.
Yeah.
So by the time we wash the sand down, etc., come to the tuition center, do everything I need to do to prepare all the students for the HSC. And then in the afternoon, usually wind down with them. And our favorite part is going to grilled.
Yeah,
So
nice.
getting
Beautiful
those grilled burgers in.
We'll get a sponsorship maybe for that.
No, they're not cheap. We need a sponsorship if you're going to eat a grilled. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks just rolled out pretty quickly, you know. But then we do run a family business, a tuition center and a martial arts center. So it gave me and my wife a time to catch up on things that we needed to do. Admin stuff for both the tuition and the martial arts, you know, things you need to order, geese, uniforms, you know, books, paper, etc. So it is quite busy, but it's busy in a different way. You're not in that closed environment where school is, where you're constantly, okay, you're bringing the kids into a classroom. You've got to self-manage that classroom in a positive way where you can bring out the curriculum and teach. This seemed more flexible type of busy.
Yeah. And for you, when we talk about school holidays in your context, it just means you're working 2 jobs instead of 3.
Well, I give up my 3rd job and then I go to my other 2. But I'm fortunate because the tuition center, the 30 years that I've been tutoring, did roll out as a school maths teacher quite well for me. The 2 just fit like a glove. And I was very fortunate to being able to do that now. But other holidays, for example, especially the 8-week ones.
And over the summer.
Oh, the summer's the best. I mean, if you're in the teaching profession, you got to do it for the summer holidays.
Yeah, that's the real holiday, isn't it?
Yeah, we're booking in trips with the family. This is where, you know, you get to spend a lot more time with the kids. They get to see you more. And we're quite fortunate with that with teachers. I mean, you got to respect the corporate world. They get 4 weeks off. Yeah. So sometimes I do understand when parents say, oh, look, we're taking our kids out of school for these 2 weeks and the 2 weeks holidays because we can have that time off from work. Yeah. And as teachers, we accommodate that, you know, put stuff up on Google Classroom for the kids so they can, you know, learn. And when they do come back, as a teacher, you make that extra effort to catch the kid up. So with families, especially parents in the corporate world, it can be a little bit trickier and more balance needed.
And look, there is a few sides that, like, I'm glad you made that comparison to corporate because, you know, I've been talking to a friend, you know, and, you know, when teachers traditionally go on holidays, you know, we're going up the coast or we're going somewhere regional, but still very Australia predominant. But then you speak to your friends in corporate, they're traveling to Italy these holidays and their next holidays are in Fiji. Like the types
but they only get 2 weeks in Italy.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well, that's it.
We get 6 weeks in Byron Bay.
Yeah. But so it's funny.
Yeah,
so
true.
They've got the largest scale holidays and that too. But the absolute blessing is, and I think we both mentioned it, it is more family time because if there's any job that is most important to us both, it's being a parent and being fathers to our children and having that time. So we're always trying to plug teaching and its benefits. That's number one, you know, the family connection and having time to be with your family because your kids are off too. And but you can get to a point that it drives you maybe a little bit bonkers, but that's a chance to visit the grandparents. Yeah. Okay. When you start pushing there, but overall those activities, you know, the time is finite in these years, you know, and these walks that you're doing with your family. And,
that's right. And plus, as a teacher, you have time for yourself. Yeah. This is the most important thing. I know. I meet up with Stoyan. We had him here for well-being. And we do an extra half an hour of lifting our weights. Yeah. So instead of being a quick hour session, we're early in the morning where we need to go to school, we sleep in an extra half an hour. So instead of starting at 5:30 a.m., we may start at 6 or 6:30 a.m. And you can casually work out to 8 a.m., have a coffee, come back to the family. and this is a good time that we de-stress. And then also going to jiu-jitsu, where you can go, you know, instead of rushing out of the morning class to go to work, you actually relax with the crew, have a coffee, catch up with the boys, etc. So it is technically I am still working and I'm not switched off where you just do nothing, But then I haven't met a teacher yet that has completely switched off for 2 weeks.
No.
It doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. And it actually brings me back to my prac. When I was a third year uni student, I worked at a school in the city, and my prac supervisor was actually one of my old high school teachers. And I remember him telling me, and he goes, look, when the school holidays comes, you got choices. Okay, you can just relax and all that too. But he goes, being a young teacher, the best thing to do is look at your program and plan the term. And if you do utilize your time now, it's not going to be the entire school holidays. Once again, it might take up maybe a quarter to a half of your school holidays. That planning makes your whole term much easier because it is planned, what lessons are going to go on what time and all that too. So yeah, very few teachers for those term 1, term 2, and term 3 holidays, they are still working. Okay, maybe not in the full capacity, but yeah, planning for the term has to happen. Especially if they are at a school where they want to see performance and academic rigor come out of their students too. And we both work in schools like that.
I just do it. I mean, I have to admit, I don't go on holiday, and I'm on holiday now. I do nothing. Even in the 8 weeks holidays, there's certain times where I do rewrite the maths note, the curriculum. So when I start the term, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, even in these holidays, while the year 12s were preparing and sitting exams, I had templates ready for the exams I'm going to be setting in term 4.
Wow.
Getting the questions together, piling them up. So when term starts, it's easy, it's relaxed. I mean, I personally like to do most of the admin in the holidays.
Yeah.
And then you actually have a really good term at school where this is what they're paying me. They're paying me to teach as a classroom teacher.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more relaxed, a lot more chilled.
Yeah.
I can interact with staff a lot more instead of running around doing things that could have been done in the holidays in your downtime. I mean, I still in the holidays like to feel productive. That doesn't mean I'll sit there, work away from my family. But, if the kids are watching some cartoon, I sit there, watch it with them. They seem to be engaged. I may do an hour of work.
Yeah.
Just on the living table, open up the computer, click a few buttons, put some questions together, look at the curriculum ahead, look at the curriculum for next year, etc., and then prepare yourself. And when you're well prepped, you actually feels like an easier term.
Yeah, and you're right. Like, because when you do it like within a holiday period, you've got a longer time frame. And like, if I've learned anything, the longer you work on something, usually it ends up being of a better quality. When you've got to create an exam and you've got a week turnaround to make it, it's going to get rushed. But if you've got a 2 weeks holidays, and look, I might work on 5 multiple choice today. And this is actually how I do operate too. I'm just going to do 5 multiple choice today. And I might have that in my head, and I might end up doing 10 multiple choice or the whole multiple choice. But at least if I segmented that, go with momentum, small goals during the holidays, because I do want to still be in holiday mode and relax, I get a better quality out of that. And and that's the thing. So you've got more time to do it. And look, I do this. Like, I do exams not just for the school, but I also do it for networks as well. I won't go too much in that to declare the conflict of interest that I do. But I found a lot of projects in teaching, and that project work that I do that is with other groups, I do predominantly in school holidays. Okay, so I'm still always looking at my curriculums, my syllabuses and all that too, but I found a way to expand it into other financial aspects that are supportive. Okay, like even the textbook writing that I've done. Time in the holidays is where I got a lot of that done. So do utilize it, but you're not rushing, you're taking your time, which leads to a better quality. And obviously my YouTube videos too, that's where in bulk, I'd make a lot of videos, but then I'd schedule them to be staggered for a release. So they're not all dropped at once. It kept my channel's views coming in because I always had a video releasing on different days. So doing all the work in the holidays, but then dripping it out. It's also that logic that you plan for the term ahead. So it's not just beneficial for you and your school, but as an educator, if you've got wider aspirations and want to see growth into being more of an author and a publisher and someone who's creating educational resources, well, school holidays is great because you can really expand yourself. Even Maholt, a lot of that was written during school holidays. Okay, so there is so many different things you can be doing. And yet, you don't have that rush above your head, do you?
Like we said before, this is your profession. This is more than your job. This is your profession. You're a professional. So what can you do this year that is better than last year? Slight improvements in your notes, slight improvements in your classroom management, in your the way you do your registers, etc. There's always some way that you can slightly improve it. Do that for 4 or 5 years, you'll have the easiest job in the world. It shouldn't be stressful. I mean, you identify the things that are causing you stress, and there are ways and people that can help you get over that. And this is how we will keep you in the profession for decades.
Yeah. And look, you're damn right. We are professionals, and that's where you've got to think of yourself as a teacher. Okay, am I just a teacher at a school and this is what I do? Or am I an educator? And if you believe you're an educator, that means you believe in lifelong learning, okay? And that applies to yourself too, and that constant growth. And in every time you do it, it'll pay off. Any type of extra work you do, you grow. And like we know it in teaching, not all rewards are financial, but I will say, they can lead to financial rewards too. But it's the growth and opportunity and to see the full amazement of what this profession is. Okay, if you're putting in those extra hours, and like we said, it's not your whole school holidays. You do have to relax. We've said that. But, if you can take a portion of your holidays to really nail some things and, mastery of exam writing, of your syllabus, and really get those things down pat in a context where you're not time pressured, you will get a better output of work and it'll be noticed and it'll be realized. And like you do all the time, you're much better at this than me, Rob, but that constant revision of your work, you never stop.
No. I don't.
It doesn't.
It has to be better than last year.
Yeah.
And I think it's the pressure of running a small business where your pay is determined by the quality that you bring out. And so now you don't want it to be stagnated. Even this year, for example, we gave them HSC. The books come out with the HSC past questions in there. And the students hadn't bought the books early enough. So I photocopied a whole topic, just the questions. And I put a heading on it, financial. And they had all the past HSC questions by topic in that, handed out in front of them. Hadn't done that before and went, okay, this actually shows you exactly what is tested and you can see the pattern. Spent the next 3 weeks in front of a photocopy machine and did the whole extension 2, extension 1, advanced standard 2 course. Now that took ages. I really worked a lot the last 3-4 weeks to get that through to the kids, but it's ready for next year.
Yeah.
This is the thing. It was even after 30 years of doing this, there was something else that needed to be done that would benefit the students. And you know what? That's a resource I have now, not just in the tuition center, at the school as well. So I rolled it out at St. Mary's and St. Mina's and in the coaching college. And well, this is what we need to do as teachers. Every single year, there has to be a little something that you're doing different to last year. And then that compounds. 10 years later, you will see the financial benefit. You'll be the most likely candidate for head teacher, especially if you're a younger teacher. And then later on, let's say you want to change to a different school, you have all the resources that you've collected yourself. And they're your resources. You share them with your staff. They share your resources back. Never get greedy with anything you've done. This is where, the more you give, the more will be given. And, the financial rewards are there.
Yeah, they are there.
They are there.
Yeah. And you're 100% right too. With the resources, like you said, you saw the need in the resources. And I like the way you said, then you can compound it, because it just made me start thinking back once again to when I doing my YouTube videos. That all started like, okay, let's make a PowerPoint on this topic. If I make a PowerPoint, I don't have to write that information on the board. It'll come up when I click. If I make a PowerPoint, I can use it again next year. So already it saved me time. And then obviously I see this in-service, and I get an in-service on screencasting. Well, if I use that same PowerPoint and I just screencast myself talking over it, suddenly I've made a video.
And you've made a textbook as well.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to show the compounding nature.
Yeah, that's right.
So now I'm starting to use my PowerPoints to make videos. And then suddenly COVID hits and I go, oh, maybe I need to make more of my PowerPoints in the videos, and that will help a lot of students. Then I've turned into that. And then now I'm starting trying to make an online platform with all my different videos. So yeah, because you've got that starting point and you keep revising it and improving upon it, and you can add more to it, you don't realize how leaps and bounds you're ahead and how helpful it is.
Like I said before, you're the professional.
Yeah.
You're the professional. If you don't do this, you're pretty much doing the same thing year after year after year. And don't get me wrong, you probably are a good high school teacher.
Yeah.
But at some point, it gets boring.
Yeah. And that's where you've always got to freshen yourself up and try different things.
Yeah, it does get boring. I mean, you're doing the same thing every year.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got another year 7 class. You're opening the book. Yeah, decimals. Okay, I'll write something up on the board. At what point does it just get dull and mundane?
Yeah.
And you got to keep yourself occupied. And the best way for any profession, I always say it to my year 12s, it's not the profession that you pick. It's can you slowly get better at it every year.
Yeah.
And if you do that, I mean, I can find a person in any profession. You can find someone that has done that and you see that, development, or you can find someone that's gone stale, regardless of whatever the profession is. And trust me, if you're looking at heart surgery and, you want the best doctor to operate on you, it's definitely not someone who's gone stale.
Yeah. They've got to be on top of it.
Oh, always.
And I think back at myself too, because, you do always want to keep getting better. And we've already said we strive actively to do that. I always think about students that I had 10 years ago, and I think I wish they could have had this version of me as a teacher, although I was trying very hard back then too. But you just feel like, I'm at a point, and probably my students now, I wish they have what I'm like in 10 years.
Yeah, time. That's right.
Because it's an ongoing goal to keep getting better and know your syllabus even better and keep growing. But then how about we do this too, Rob? Because, we have talked about school holidays. And typical you and me, we've gone heavy on the work.
Yeah, true.
Let's go back more to the play, Rob.
Play, Rob, yes.
On a school holidays, you're going to go on a holiday, Rob.
Yeah.
What is your dream holiday?
Actually, a really good holiday we went to with the family was Hamilton Island.
Oh, yeah.
Hamilton Island was great.
Up north?
Yeah, up north.
What was it like?
We caught the plane from Sydney, flew to Brisbane, from Brisbane, flew straight into Hamilton Island. You've got these really nice resort. You've got these fantastic swimming pools.
Yeah.
And then you've got these awesome beaches.
Wow.
Especially with a young family, the kids got to relax in the pool. Then we got to go a day out in the beach. The resort had a sauna, a cold plunge, a spa, etc. And yeah, we just got to relax.
Yeah.
We really felt relaxed. So there could be certain places where as a family, you can just go to just unwind. But that's actually removing yourself from the place you live and actually going on a holiday. But,
which is important.
Yeah, which is important. But I do like sometimes just, 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Turn your house into a holiday.
Yeah.
That is actually, I'd say, predominantly where I can really relax.
Yeah.
Now, people may not find this relaxing, but I do wake up early and work out.
You don't like leaving the suburb, Rob?
No. So we live pretty close to the beach. So first thing in the morning, say if it's a school day, I probably wake up about 4:45.
Yeah.
But if it's a holiday, I probably sleep into 5:30.
Yeah. That's it. You're nice to yourself. You're so kind to himself.
I'm a morning person. I just get up and then usually start a workout either by myself or friends join me. And then we go for that morning coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm either Tuesday, Thursday, I'm either working out weights, or Monday, Wednesday, I'm in the morning. We call them the morning crew jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah.
So we have our session, then we all go for a coffee. We all talk whatever we talk, and then they go off to work, and then I come to the family, and then we see what we have during the day. Sometimes I like to take a kid, just me and a child. So I spend half a day with them. So instead of it being, say, your attention span across 3 kids.
Yeah.
And I've also, from reading Stephen Biddulph's book, Raising Boys and Raising Girls, he recommended that in his book, where you take them on a holiday, just you and your child overnight.
Yeah.
So there's no mum there. No one's there to, let's get this ready. Towel, we're going beach. Let's go.
Then you forget 10 things.
There's no things to forget. This is all we've got. We've got the towel. You put the sunscreen on, and we're walking to the beach. Sandals are a luxury option. Don't worry. Barefoot's fine.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy that with my kids.
Yeah.
But then but that's once in a while. But the family, creating those memories with your family, I'd say is the best thing.
Oh, it really is.
And a collective family holiday, I'd say, has has been the best memories we've had.
Yeah. Oh,
Would
look,
have
because
made it
they're like a timestamp, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, definitely. You always recall what you did then, how you did it together, how you sat around and laughed.
Yeah. No, look, it's funny you brought up resorts too, because like my favorite resort, and I think you're a fan of it too, is the Fairmont in Lura.
Oh, yeah. Every year, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, it's just beautiful. Like the Blue Mountains are amazing. And once again, for a young family, there is so much you can do there in the mountains too. I am a big fan more of regional holidays. I prefer them over the coast. I don't know, maybe it is because we do live close to the water, and so maybe we take it for granted. But our best holiday ever as a family was Mudgee. We went out to Mudgee, and it's wine country, but it's not. I'm not a big wine person, but just the landscapes and the food, the produce that was behind it, like it was so picturesque. Like we would go to a winery, but the kids could just run around and just like we look back at these photos, and it was just so vibrant and it looked so beautiful. Correct. Like so that was our number one. There wasn't a resort there. There we stayed at a caravan park and we got some cabins there. But I would like to go there and see what other things are on option. But yeah, I like, the regions. I always feel like when you go to country Australia, which it is true for coastal Australia too, but that's the real Australia.
We had a nice time actually in Adelaide.
Oh,
Barossa Valley.
Everyone's been going there. And Barossa
Valley was really nice.
I reckon that's the best. The Barossa.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like you said, picturesque.
Yeah.
And we were rushing to get to a restaurant and it closed. And they were so friendly. They went, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Go straight, turn left. There's a really nice one that's open.
Yeah.
And the actual waiter was right.
Wow.
They directed us to a nice restaurant that was open. I forgot what it was called. It was the whole building was made of stone.
Yeah.
And the chimney, the way it was set with the wood fire, etc. They bring the food out.
You get the smell.
Real dining experience,
Yeah. And it's not actually a country a country town. Like they look after each other. They want everyone to thrive.
Yeah, everyone. They want you to have a good time.
Yeah, but I mean they support each other too. Yeah. Like the fact that he told you this guy is open.
He told us. We had no idea we were going.
Yeah.
We looked that up and we drove here, looked. Yeah. And he went, no, sorry, we're close. But there's one, I think it was, he said 10 minutes drive and then turn left.
Yeah.
Into a certain street. And we went, great.
Oh, how good is that?
Yeah. So I must admit, Barossa Valley, that was really nice.
That's beautiful. I think we'll put that on the list.
But Fairmont Resort is our...
It's a getaway.
Yeah, you could just go there.
Yeah, it's easy.
Overnight too.
Yeah. You got to book because they're popular. But it's an easy one to get to.
Oh, we do weekends sometimes.
Yeah.
Like a Friday night, Saturday night.
Yeah.
And the place is designed for kids.
Yeah.
I remember, trying to discipline my kids. Hey, sit, don't run around too much. And the waiters come up to us and go, no. The owner designed it for this.
Mm.
So just let them go nuts.
Yeah.
To a point.
It's to a point, yeah.
But you've got an indoor swimming pool.
Yeah. And outdoor, you got both.
Oh, yeah. We usually do the cold plunge on the outdoor in the winter time, which was great. I was there one year with the New South Wales Blues.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, that was great. All the boys jumped in. They jumped in. I jumped in with them. They were about to come out and I go, gentlemen, we're not going to win this tape like this. It's 3 minutes, isn't it? And they went, oh, damn you. And they sat back in.
No way.
And they won. Thank you.
There we go. We don't have too many wins in the last few years, so that might have been it.
No, this might have been it.
That's it.
Super fit boys.
Yeah, of course.
I think they actually prepare for the state of origin there.
Well, in Lura in the mountains?
Yeah, at the Fairmont Resort.
Yeah, wow.
The Fairmont Resort welcomes the New South Wales.
Yeah.
Blues. And they set up their camps there. They set up their training there. They use the facilities, the outdoor pool for their, cold plunges for the swelling of the ligaments, the indoor sauna, and they bring their families there. So, yeah, it's great. Fairmont Resort, definitely. We're looking for sponsorship.
Even if it's like rooms, maybe.
And there's great places to eat around there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you can go through the mountains.
Oh, Paul Humble recommended this pie place. I didn't know.
Is that the one near Katoomba?
Yeah.
Just off the highway?
They have gluten-free pie there.
Yeah, because that's my nieces and nephew went there. We went there with them.
Yeah, correct. I had no idea it existed.
They are good pies. But what's the name again?
I forgot.
Okay, can you look it up?
Yeah, look it up, put it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Humble, for the pie
Yeah,
recommendation.
my sister took us there because we went to Orange the most previous holidays. And yeah, we stopped in the mountains.
It was one of the best pies we've had.
Yeah, it is. And they've got a variety of different flavors there
different
too.
flavors. And there's a line outside. You go, man, people are waiting in line for pies.
And once again, more local produce, it feels fresh and with what's in the pies too. What's the name? I feel like I need to look it up.
Yeah, we'll put it in the caption.
Yeah, put it in the caption, okay?
The names. But yeah, it's the holidays time. It doesn't have to be an expensive holiday.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's nice to go to Europe. And we went last time pre-COVID, but you do come back tired.
Yeah.
It's more of, go there to see a different culture, maybe experience, something different than you would see in Australia. But like the guests we had that traveled around Australia, how much of Australia have you really seen?
That's right. And a fraction, we predominantly New South Wales and maybe a major city outside there too. But yeah, there's so much to see all around.
Yeah, I think I'd like to travel Western Australia now.
Yeah, well, that's it. And I've heard Perth is beautiful.
That's the same as going overseas.
Yeah. Yeah. What about, have you ever been interested in the train rides like the GAN, which does north to south, and then there's one that goes from east to west, and you're on the train for the 3 days? And like they wine and dine you.
That sounds good.
It sounds good. They are expensive.
But is it for kids or is it?
No, I think it's an older one. I think it's
just a couple.
Yeah.
Couple getaway holiday.
Yeah. I think maybe also retirees too from the crowd I've seen doing it.
Yeah, they're the ones that have money, baby boomers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The holiday we are looking into that we haven't done yet, that a lot of people are recommending to us, cruises. Have you done a cruise before?
I don't know. I'm not particularly a fan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm interested. I've heard that it's like a resort on the water and there's just lots of kids clubs.
Yeah, maybe the kids clubs are good, but it looks like a petri dish.
Yeah. Well, everyone does get sick.
Yeah, petri dish of alcoholism.
Yeah. And if someone does get a virus, it does spread like anything.
Yeah, look, people do enjoy them. We discussed it over with my wife, and both of us were at the point where, look, if I want a nice resort, I'll book a nice resort. Yeah. And that was our experience with Hamilton Island. Yeah. This place is just resort and really big swimming pools. Yeah. Fresh, clean water in those swimming pools and the beaches, etc. I mean, I've got nothing against cruises, but from people that have been, if you like your all you can eat, all you can drink sort of scenario, and that relaxes you, that's probably a good financial way to relax. Yeah. But I don't know, being stuck on a boat, and you're literally stuck. Yeah. Might not be. Well, it isn't. Me and my wife discussed it, and we were like, "Yeah, it doesn't seem too appealing." But you go, and you could change our mind.
Well, maybe
we are open. We are open to suggestions.
Because some stop at islands and places, and you get day trips, and they mix it up that way. Like I've been pro it. Tina is on the fence a bit more, and more so because as well, how seasick can you get? As well, and that can be impacting. I've heard if you sit on different parts of the boat, it can make you feel more unwell, and some are better and make you feel better in those scenarios. So we have been looking into it. More so, I've heard that there's just a lot of activities for the kids, and sometimes that's half the battle. And if the kids can do activities and then me and Tina can finally get to relax, well, then that'd be a win for us.
Grandparents.
Yeah, grandparents.
Grandparents.
I utilize that a lot, don't worry.
Hey, drop them off.
Yeah.
And jump on that train ride.
Yeah. We'll see. No, I wouldn't be able to.
There's a certain time when with your partner, an overnight trip away from the kids. Is relaxing. Yeah. And I've heard some of the mums in jiu-jitsu say, I need a mum holiday. Yeah. So a mum holiday where they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't prepare the kids. I can just relax. Yeah. Oh, it is well deserved. Yeah. And you can kind of, as the dad, you can accommodate that. Yeah. And I like what you said too, that sometimes there needs to be parent time as well, because even just recently at the end of the school holidays, me and Tina did go out for a night in the city with a couple of her friends, and we went to a silent disco. Oh, nice. And it's the closest thing we've had to a date in probably over a year. We don't go, when we go out, we do love to go out with our kids and our families too. But it's also nice, just to rekindle the romance a bit and have a dance, brings you back to when you first met, and just have fun. And we played a lot of retro music. The silent disco, it was a 90s silent disco, and it was at Town Hall. It was only for 3 hours and it finished at 9 o'clock.
That made me feel like
No, well, 9 o'clock, 9:30, that's the same as 2:30.
Yeah, exactly. I would have been kicking out. But they're sick, because you wear a headset and it's a color, it's got colors on it, and it changes color depending on what station you're listening to. So you can check what music you want to listen to, and based on the other colors you can see on everyone around you, you know what songs they're listening to. So you can see that you're listening to the same songs and you're dancing away. But then when you take the headphones on, there's no music playing out loud, but everyone's singing. So you've got this hybrid of 3 different crowds singing 3 different songs. Like, they're pretty damn cool. I'll do it again in a heartbeat.
That sounds interesting.
Like, it was a good night. Like, I'd love to do it with a larger group of friends too. Like, it was sick. But once again, it was just good to have a time with me and my wife, and we got to have time with ourselves. And then, got the kids back the next day.
Yeah, it's important. The holidays allows you to do that.
Yeah, so, there's many ways you can approach the holidays. So, it is, do work and feel productive, because I guess when you feel productive, you don't feel guilty. But you got to do things that build your family, build your relationships.
Yeah, but if you're away on holiday, obviously you won't be doing much work.
Well, that's it. It's a better way.
That's the way when
and
you go,
need to sometimes. And I reckon a guy like you needs to sometimes. You need to get away from work.
No, I do. But I still wake up and work out.
Oh, that's enough. And look,
it's what I do.
Yeah, and I will say too, these past holidays too, exercising again was a priority for me.
Yeah.
I've got my dumbbells at home now too, so I do want to use my school holidays as a chance to, just get ahead of my fitness again, because I know in a few weeks' time it's going to be a heavy marking period, and then that's going to drop off again. It's
important, but when you go on holiday, doesn't mean that you're just going to let yourself go completely.
No.
And it was a holiday we had at SeaWorld where, I do my usual thing, wake up in the morning, have my coffee, and then I went down to work out. It must have been around 6 a.m.
Yeah.
As I walked in, there were 2 other guys in there, and I took a few steps in there, and they just burst out laughing.
Yeah.
And they had a bet amongst themselves that the next person that would walk in would look fit. And I got these 2 guys laughing at me going, okay, this is getting a bit awkward. Okay, so I laughed with them.
Yeah.
In that case, okay, gentlemen, what are we working out?
Yeah, exactly. You made some friends, right?
Straight away, within 10 seconds, we were doing, squats with kettlebells up and down, and then throwing them in the air, and then trying to see who could do the most chin-ups, etc.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, me and another guy turned up. Second guy came in late. We wouldn't stop teasing him.
Yeah.
Getting soft, mate. And we just met each other.
Yeah.
So it's good. Best way to build camaraderie on a holiday.
I agree with you on the morning exercise on a holiday. Because I did mention that this most recent holiday, the last holiday I went on, was to Orange, and Orange is wine country too. And we were staying once again at a very nice winery. But then, I have been trying to cut back on alcohol. Just for long-term health, not because I'm an alcoholic or anything like that, but more for long-term health. So I thought, you know what, I want to get up and I want to jog. I hate jogging. I'm not a jogger, and I still am not a jogger. Anyway, it was with my sister's family and my nieces and nephew that were there too. And so it just started off with my niece, one of my nieces and my nephew, and we did a run on the first day. And then gradually over the week, more and more of us joined. And we're all different abilities. My daughter, who was 5 at the time, ended up joining on too, and she can't run it, but she just walked with one of my younger nieces too, and everyone kind of did it at their own pace.
But it's a great start to the day.
It was a great start to the day, and we really took in how beautiful is this location that we're staying in. It added to it in a way we didn't think to it. Like, it wasn't just about the health and starting the day off right, but that, we really got a lot out of the location that we stayed in too, and something we couldn't have done in Sydney.
Yeah, but I find we work a fast-paced job, whether you like it or not. Now, if you slow down, you actually get sick.
Yeah. I had one of them holidays too, don't worry.
You actually get sick. You'll be going to school, marking, exercising, doing all these things. Oh, I'm on holiday now. And then you're actually sick in your holidays because you've actually slowed your body down. And this, I think I've heard other people say it on podcasts, and I could never figure out why. Why I'm on holiday, am I getting sick? Like, this is wrong. And then in listening to other people on podcasts, when you just got to keep working out.
Yeah.
You got to create that stress for your body to adapt so you do not get sick. And it was great. So every time I'm on holiday, there's the gym downstairs, great. I don't have to have a crazy session, like trying to break records, but it is something where I create that stress for my body, and then that's I haven't been sick in a while on holidays.
Yeah.
And I didn't quite realize it till listening to other people who are in the exercise industry talk about it. And it hit the nail on the head. Every time you seem to slow down, whether you get a flu, a cold, something happens. But in this case, I went, great, there's a solution to my problem. And it is for myself, it's a great start to the day.
Yeah. No, but that's actually a very good point to make, especially to new teachers too. Yeah. Because, you don't realize that you've worked up that point, and you always think that you're going to get sick at school because you're thinking, I'm in a classroom of 30 students all day, or 1,000 students in the school coming in and out of my room and they're coughing and they're sneezing. But no, it's usually when you slow down and stop, that's when you get sick in your holidays. And not this past holidays, but the holidays before. Yeah. Even myself, I'm well aware at this point, but I got sick in the first week of the school holidays. Pretty much virtually the Saturday.
Yeah, straight away. Your body slows down.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Yeah, and hit straight away. So that is a point I'd bring out to any new teacher. Be prepared for that. And if you can do things to avoid it, keep your vitamins up and exercise.
Yeah, but do fun things.
Yeah.
Active fun things.
Yeah, it's a good way to, and it's very normal. Once again, it's not you got a weak immunity or anything like that. It's just
in your holidays, you could come to Ultimate Jiu-Jitsu.
Get in there.
There it is. We have morning classes, lunchtime classes, afternoon classes.
And sweat it all out.
We promise you will not get sick. Actually, I've had a few teachers join.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
that's it. They're young, fit teachers.
Well, it helps you build confidence in the classroom too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they seem pretty confident.
Yeah.
But it's an activity that does give you that camaraderie, gives you a community of people that, you go for coffee with after and chat and become friends with.
How good is that?
Ultimate Jiu-Jitsu.
That's it. Well, once again, the holiday's a good chance to start a new hobby. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So comment below. Please let us know what do you like on a holiday? Where do you go, and where do you recommend for us to go?
Exactly.
Our families.
Are you pro cruise? I think we need to get to the bottom of it.
I'm a no. Chris is a yes.
I'm a maybe. I'm a maybe. I'm on the fence. I do have some people convincing me, but like I said, discussions are happening.
I'm a solid no.
Yeah.
But I could be convinced, but it would be a long shot.
Yeah. Oh, we'll find out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Also, please. For those of you who have been listening and haven't subscribed yet, you'd really help our channel out.
Click that button.
Yes, please subscribe, like, and share it on your social channels as well. We really appreciate the support so far, and we are very grateful that you take the time out to listen to us.
That's it. Thank you for a good time tonight, guys. Yeah. Take care.
Thank you. I'm Robert Namoski.
And I'm Chris Kaladikis. How good was that? Once we started talking about holidays, oh my God.
Let's go. Yeah, give your